Good evening, good afternoon, good night, whatever. My name is Jesse, this is The Auditorium. If you're new here, I've been a musician for a very long time, and I like to dissect music, especially VGM. And I also do guitar covers on this channel of VGM, so check those out. Today I have a Patreon request for Code Vein main theme. I've heard a lot about Code Vein throughout the years. It's a name I've just kind of, floated in my head. But my first time checking it out. This is requested quite heavily through the community, but this is for Emilia. So thank you so much. Let's just get into it. Code Vein main theme. Spoopy. The organ. I was not expecting this from that image. Is Code Vein like a spin-off or something, or is it just an original series? Hold that thought. Oh my. The main theme? Okay. I was gonna say it reminds me of like Fire, but it's a main theme, so. Percussion change. Whoa. That one blow of the horn. Well, that's one way to introduce your game. The first thing I got, my first impression was this image, right? It's usually the first thing I get because I can't hear the song right away. And I see this character, he's got some blades, and then his arm is just completely, So the last thing I expected was some orchestral arrangement, but about that arrangement, okay, so I don't get a lot of main themes on this channel, but I can't recall the last time I heard a main theme being orchestral. That's usually reserved more for like a cutscene or maybe some in-game thing. So I must ask the question, is the rest of the OST similar, or is it just kind of, was that just like the introduction, like this big epic introduction? Either way. Now, the piece itself was kind of mind-boggling because it didn't really stick to a central theme. In just those 3 minutes, we went from minor keys, major keys, happiness, alert, sad, relief, and then it just kept climbing back up and coming back down. It was like, what's going on? At what point am I gonna like feel some sort of some resolve? And I didn't get that until the very last, last note that faded out. So all I can really say is that just left me with a bunch of suspense, and it was a total cliffhanger. Especially knowing that it's the main theme. That's really gonna bug me now, because I have these ideas in my head. I'm like, what can that OST possibly sound like when this person looks like that, and that's what the main theme was. One thing I'll mention about the requester, which I don't really do, is that she's very involved in my FF14 community in my Discord, and I'm kind of seeing some like similarities here as far as like the OST from Soken and Nobuo to this, that big kind of orchestral mammoth. And I guess I could see how the correlation is kind of there. That's why I'm wondering, like, is the gameplay like this, or is he just kind of more for boss battles? Every time I hear orchestral arrangements, every single time, the first thing that goes through my mind is, how does that sound live? I want to see that live. And it's just always such an itch that needs to be scratched, because these are recorded live. They're not like a band where they record like an instrument at a time, the guitar first and the drums and whatever. Like, these are all a gigantic room with microphones, and they're performing it live. That's why they're like so impressive, is because you have a room full of potentially hundreds of people all putting their energy into these 3 minutes, and that's why I said it's kind of mind-boggling. So once again, I'm just kind of left with this, well, what else? What can follow that? Because after that has to be what, either a menu or the first level or something like that, first cutscene. And it's like, what can possibly follow that? Especially looking the way, all I have is this image. I don't know the composer, I don't know anything, so I'm just kind of like, more. But I really enjoy that. So I need to hear more Code Vein. Big surprise, right? Never said anything like that before. But I really do. I love orchestral. My biggest, or my favorite composer, I've said many times, is Ennio Morricone, from all the spaghetti western films, and that's what he used to do. He used to just pack it, room full of these big, I just wish there was more of it. And I'm glad that people request stuff like this, because it's not the most accessible music to find. You got to kind of go out of your way to find it. So thank you, Amelia, for that, because if I remember your previous request, I can see the similarities. You kind of have this thing for big, epic arrangements, and I am right there with you. Hopefully it just keeps coming. That's all I can say. So, very interested in Code Vein. Would love to see gameplay, especially after that. So, with that said, if you would like to get your request in, you can submit it on Patreon or PayPal. Neither are necessary, but they do guarantee that I check out your song. Just make sure it's a VGM, please. And if you want to join the Discord and talk to the rest of us and tell me how cool Code Vein is, you can do that as well. I'm very curious. I'm very curious. The good news is I did remember that I actually have some more Code Vein coming in my request list. It's just a little further back, but it's a popular. I'm telling you, it's a popular title, and people really want me to hear these songs. And so per usual, I'm sure you guys will tell me which songs are your favorite from the series. So go ahead and let me know which are the ones to hear, the ones to check out. What else from Code Vein is really, just tell me about it. How's the game? What kind of genre, etc., etc. Just geek out on it. I'll read it. So until next time, I will see you guys later. Have a good night. That's it. Peace.